We're gonna get into this video on if Donald Trump really stole $17 trillion. Let's find out.
$17 trillion, and I'm not exaggerating. Donald Trump said that he received $17 trillion from tariffs and from other countries. But as far as I know, the Treasury Department doesn't have this money. We know from the budget committees and the appropriation committees and the finance committees in the House and the Senate that they don't have $17 trillion. Now, we're in a government shutdown caused by Donald Trump and these MAGA Republicans. So, folks, if there's $17 trillion out there, not only does it solve everything, but it improves everything. It makes everybody's life so much better. Look, we would really be in a golden age if there's $17 trillion. It would help the farmers. It would help healthcare for everybody. It would help education for everybody. Remember when Donald Trump talked about those DOGE rebate checks for $5,000 or the tariff rebate checks? Heck, maybe we give like extra dividends. If there's $17 trillion out there, let's give it to the people, right? I mean, this is what the talking point is from Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans and J.D. Vance. They keep on saying that they've been so great that they have $17 trillion and they're somehow connecting that to the shutdown, which is kind of counterintuitive to me because if they've got 17 trillion, that's the solve. Here, this is what, just to show you, this is Donald Trump saying it again. He says it every day, but here, play this clip.
And we have over $17 trillion, Albert. So do you believe these numbers? So Biden had less than $1 trillion for 4 years. We have over 17 trillion for essentially 8 months. Pretty amazing.
Wow, $17 trillion in 8 months. Look, that's great, but where is it? Where's the money? Is it in his own bank accounts? I don't know. I'm going to call in the Democratic ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, who's just been crushing it there, Congressmember Robert Garcia. I want to talk about your other work, bringing out some additional Epstein file batches. You're doing great work. That social media account you're running is amazing. But this is, I think, a serious oversight issue. $17 trillion is apparently missing right now, and we're in a government shutdown. Trump keeps saying he's got 17 trillion. Where did it go?
Who the hell knows? I mean, first of all, Donald Trump is living in a fantasy land. And if there is $17 trillion somewhere, the government doesn't know about it. No, none of our committees have access to it. Treasury has no idea what the hell he's talking about. And so you're absolutely right. We're in a government shutdown right now. Donald Trump could actually reopen the government back up, extend healthcare subsidies, fix America's public schools, provide some subsidies to actually lower the cost of goods across this country. But we know that Donald Trump is a liar. He's either a liar or he stashed away some money somewhere in some magical way, and there's even more corruption happening. And so, look, the media needs to also get on the game here. If Donald Trump is claiming that there's $17 trillion somewhere, why isn't he being asked the question of where that money is every single minute of the day? And so this man is the most corrupt person to obviously ever be president. He lies, he steals, he cheats. Now there's apparently $17 trillion somewhere that nobody knows about. And so we've got to ask the questions. And I think that's at this moment during this shutdown, the fact that Donald Trump wants to claim that things are getting better for the American public is a joke. Costs are going up. Healthcare costs are going up. The grocery bill is going up. So that's why we're in this fight, because we are saying hell no to more tax cuts for billionaires, and let's actually lower the cost of healthcare, which if we stay strong as Democrats, we can actually hopefully negotiate and get done.
This game, you're not ready for it.
I mean, one of the arguments, if you try to understand what the heck the MAGA Republicans are even saying when you actually address honestly and not with their spin and their propaganda, the issue of the Affordable Care Act tax credits, they ultimately say the issue is that it's too expensive. I mean, they make up a bunch of stuff about transgender people. I'm not going down that route because why repeat their stupid lies? But let's accept the argument that they make when you put all that other crap aside. It's that the tax credits are too expensive and that the government shouldn't be helping people get health care. We could help the billionaires, but we can't help that's their argument. So if there's $17 trillion, though, You now have the money. What I saw was that we ran a $2 trillion deficit the last fiscal year. And last month we ran a 345 billion deficit. But actually, we're in a surplus situation. And all of this gets the farmers, right? Construction work, everybody. And like this could be a great opportunity. So I'm shocked that James Comer, your buddy who chairs the House Oversight Committee, doesn't he want to know where the $17 trillion is? Because it solves everything. What else would oversight be doing other than oversight of 65% of our GDP?
Look, I mean, yeah, and it looks like if this keeps going, we're going to have to investigate where the hell these $17 trillion are. No question, because this is ridiculous that Republicans are the hypocrisy, right? I mean, Republicans are saying on one hand, oh, there's not enough money for healthcare subsidies. And then on the other hand, they are stashing away money, giving it to their billionaire friends, doing all these tax breaks, the increasing exponentially the national debt. So they could really care less about working people. What they really are focused on is giving their billionaire buddies and donors more of hardworking Americans money. All the labor, all the money that folks are trying to save, they make at work, is being given away to large corporations, the billionaires. And Donald Trump is out here, of course, talking about money that's coming in, which we know was just a farce. If there's actually that much money, $17 trillion somewhere, show it to us. Let's actually spend it to actually lower healthcare costs for the American public. But Donald Trump is a liar, and Donald Trump is corrupt. And so what he wants to do right now is do everything he can to put out guards across the country, to send the military to cities, to cut benefits for people, which is why Democrats in this moment have to be in this fight and not give an inch and stop doing what some of these Senate Democrats are doing, which is caving in to Leader Thune over there and to Donald Trump.
Here's another House oversight issue. I'm just gonna let it all off my chest right now. All that stupid gold in the White House, the 24 karat this, gold that. He posts and brags, I've got gold everywhere. And then the Golden Ballroom, which is purportedly, he claims, being funded by companies or corporations, although who's paid for the architectural plans? Who's paid for the cutting of these trees? And to me, it's a symbol of all of his corruption right there, that they want to build a structure 3 times as big as the White House itself. So, like, to me, are foreign companies putting their, investing? Does Qatar get their name? Is it the Qatari ballroom now? Like what is actually happening with this thing? Because I know the American people are like, we're out here.
Alright, well, let me know what you guys think. If you think Trump actually has $17 trillion in a bank account somewhere, or maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe he got it in some stocks or mutual funds, or is it all crap and he doesn't really have any money at all? If you can, let me know what you're thinking, and I'm gonna just have to say, I don't think he has $17 trillion just floating around, because that would make him pretty unintelligent. For one, if he did, he should be putting that money to use and not just talking about it.